Hello, everyone, and a very Merry Christmas to you all. Once again, I am joined by Sean. It's a very Merry Christmas, everyone, if you're watching this. Today is Christmas Day. It's a fantastic day. Yeah, Sean has got his walkers. I've got my little
Very
elf.
blurry, but
My beautiful,
Walker's in a winter wonderland there.
my very obese elf. But a beautiful elf nonetheless. Yeah. So hello and welcome to the first Mind Over Madness podcast Christmas special. Possibly first of many. Who knows? I have no idea how long we're going to keep doing this. But
Everyone settle down, grab a
Yes.
grab
Grab a
cup of
cock.
cocoa.
grab a cock and pull up a pew dog.
Grab a mince pie and enjoy the show.
Yes, I've got a nice salted caramel hot chocolate with me. All right, what have you got, Sean? What have you got with you?
Pie
Oh, yes.
and a sandwich, but that's that's not related.
I've got a sandwich, but that's not related. Oh, that's fair. So, normally our little structures and stuff we have for these podcasts are very loose anyway, but this time we're not having any structure. We're not going to be talking about any news, nothing like that. It is all about the year and Christmas, because I guess this is, even though it's coming out on Christmas Day, this is kind of a year special as well, like a New Year special. I don't know. But it's, pardon me, the Christmas special. Excuse me. Oh, one too many Coca-Colas. Yeah, but so we're gonna be. I've wrote down a couple of questions that we can elaborate and talk on. If you've got anything that we want to talk about or add into it, we can as well. So first off, since it's Christmas Day, Sean, what was the best present you got? Of course, for those of you who didn't know, we're not obviously. It's not Christmas Day. I'm sorry. Okay, we tried. We tried to make it authentic.
What was the best Christmas present ever?
Yeah. What was your most? Instead of saying what's the best, because that comes across a bit mean, I guess. What's your most memorable present that you've got for Christmas?
It sounds so materialistic, doesn't it? But
Not at all.
Obviously, aside from all the bringing family together and having some special moments with family and a lovely dinner,
Yes.
I got a gaming chair one day, one Christmas, and it's like pretty shit when you look back now, but as a kid, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. I used to like sit on it all the time, and it was like great for just listening to music, and it had like these like subwoofers behind your ears, and you're like, oh, I thought that was like the best Christmas present ever.
Damn.
I think it was like from Costco or something. But it was cool. Like that's what springs to mind. It sounds so materialistic. Oh yes,
It's the first thing, isn't it? The first thing that comes to your head is essentially what the most memorable is going to be. At least that's what I would assume.
As a kid, like you don't really see it as I want the expensive things. You just it's the special things. Like,
Yeah.
things that you unwrap and you go, oh
my god.
But what about you? You're gonna say something really like wholesome now, aren't you?
No. Actually, the most memorable.
World peace.
Because again, this is not our favourite. It's the most memorable. But the most memorable one that I've got was actually the thing that got me into horror films. Was where one Christmas my mum bought me the first Hellraiser film, and I spent Christmas morning watching it, and I fell in love with horror that day. Obviously, Blade was the first horror that I'd watched as a kid, but Hellraiser was the first kind of like over-the-top gore fest, I guess you could call it. No, I watched and I was like, I really like horror. I'm a fucked up child. So I don't know why that one's kind of stuck out to me so much, but it has. That's the most memorable one that I have. That immediately, if I go, oh, what's my most memorable Christmas? That one.
Yeah.
Someone's at my door. Son of a bitch. Merry Christmas, one and all.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh. So that.
Hello there.
Oh,
Little interim. I managed to have a few bites of the sandwich as well.
oh, nice. Can't grumble at that. But yeah, that's my most memorable one. I would say anyway.
So, I apologise for talking with my mouth full.
Do it. Do it, you work it.
But yeah, so what does Christmas mean to you? What does a Christmas in the Thornheim household look like?
Honestly, and it's cheesy as fuck, but I've said it for like the last 2 years. I don't care about getting presents and stuff. I just rather be around the people I love, whether it be friends, family, or other. You know, that tends to be what I tend to focus on anyway. Nothing wrong with focusing on presents and being like, I love my presents and stuff. That's what I love. That's fine. But for me personally, it's being around family, making as many memories as you can, because time is not slowing down. And I think this year has kind of fucking made everyone go, I really need to focus on family more.
When you get to this age, it's like not really focused on presents anymore. It's just about, the spirit of things.
Yeah. I think the problem is as well is like I'm at a point of where I don't know what to ask for or what to get. Like I know what to get other people, but I have no idea what I want myself. I'm like, a hug. That'll be enough.
I always get things people want, which I like.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good way
I
to
would
do
like
it.
to receive.
It's like you buy it and go, I'd really like this, but I'm going to give it away because that's the kind of guy I am. That's the kind of guy you are, Sean. You buy things for yourself and then give it to other people.
So I buy things for other people, then realize I should have got that for myself.
Yeah, it's like, fuck.
But yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of what it means to me. Like, what about you?
Yeah, it's just pretty much the same. Family getting together. It's usually we don't see each other all that often anyway. It's just good to everyone to be together and like no one's judging anyone, no one's asking the horrible questions. It's all about just having a nice time.
Yeah, sounds like a wonderful Christmas. I wish I had that last year.
Yeah.
Oh, last year was rough.
Depends who you were around, but I know one side of my family's great. But as far as like what does it look like in the household, usually just as kids it's obviously a different thing because you're all getting excited and it's like every year it gets kind of more exciting and then it gets to the point where it isn't exciting anymore and it kind of goes down from there. But we'll focus on the nice stuff. But we did used to leave like carrots out for Rudolph and mince pie out for Santa, and then when we came down in the morning, it was all like I had a bite out of it and stuff. Is that?
Then you realise it's just your mother and your parents being fat bastards and alcoholics.
They used to say, "Oh, make sure you listen very carefully during the night. You might hear the jingles of Santa coming," and it was quite special like that. They tried to keep it like quite special and like magical. Nice. It's like So you used to get so excited during the night and you wake up and your stocking was like on the door. And you're my stocking.
Everything is special.
But it's literally just like some chocolate and fruit or something. But it's just, that's the thing that, Santa's been.
Yeah. Oh, it's that beautiful feeling of knowing that you get things. As a kid.
That is as a kid.
As a kid, yeah.
Magical to get presents, I suppose.
Literally, magic happened overnight.
Yeah, and they don't have to be like expensive presents. So just the fact that you can open something and it's for you, and I'm special. But yeah, I don't think I ever, probably for like a year or two, I believed in Santa, but then it slowly faded away. When you realise that his parents are suspiciously buying things.
You're like, Mum, why have you got all the presents in the closet? Why are you fucking looking for them, you arsehole? I was just curious.
Then it got to the stage where you caught on that your parents were buying things, then you used to go into their wardrobes specifically to look for your presents early.
Yeah, I used to spoil it for myself all the time. I used to be a bastard for doing it. My mum would try and hide them. I'd fucking find them.
Play with them for a bit, repackage it, and put it back.
God, I never used to do that, see. I'd just find them. I'd be like, oh, what have I got? And I'd look at like, oh, okay, I know I've got this many games, okay. Because of the case and how they would look.
Yeah.
So it was like, and then when I'd open them, I'd be really disappointed that I'd find out it was like CDs tied together. And my mum would be like, yeah, fuck you. You didn't guess that, did you? Oh, okay.
But yeah,
It's fun.
Yeah. Do you have any Christmas memories that stick out? Like maybe you did something differently one year, or
Ooh, I'll tell you what. One of the main ones that sticks out for me was we were staying over my grandparents. I can't remember the. I believe the year was 2015. No, might have been early 2014 or late 2014. Late. Pardon me. Late 2014, like right at the end, Christmas.
yeah.
It was we were staying over with my grandparents, and I found this YouTuber called Martin, Yogscast Martin. He was known at the time. He's obviously just Martin now, or in the Littlewood. And he did like a Christmas Advent adventure thing, and I watched the entire. I didn't sleep all that night. Like Christmas Day, I stayed up all night until Boxing Day in the morning, just watching this entire series, and it was incredible. It was like the last time I had like a really incredible moment, I guess you could say, like an incredible Christmas moment, like with a child mind, I guess.
Yeah.
Even though I was like 18.
Oh, it went downhill from there.
Oh, it did. How about
Yeah,
you?
I had similar experiences around with grandparents, but this is when we were way younger. We used to live down south in Essex, so it used to take us like 5 hours to travel up to Blackpool to see my dad's mum, but she was a very strict Irish Catholic. And we, I think I've already told this story, but we woke up in the morning and like, my mum got all our presents down. We were like started opening presents, and then she came in, the gran that is, and then she was like, "Oh, you can't open your presents till you've been to church." I was like, my mum was like, "Really?" So she took us all upstairs and we opened them anyway, and then we went to church, and then we opened the rest of the like after that. And it's like,
So get fucked. I don't want to go to church on Christmas Day.
I know, I was like, that was probably the first and last time. I went to like one midnight mass so that was cool just because it's like midnight mass.
We get to stay up late.
I know, that's exciting. But yeah, that was the first and last time we stayed over at my granny's for Christmas.
Fair.
My mum wasn't a fan of that, of like making us wait. It's like, oh no, that's not my ideals.
Again, it's that thing, isn't it? It's like fair play. If that's what you do on Christmas Day and that's your ritual and that's like part of your religion, that's fine. But don't push that shit on other people.
Yeah, she was that kind of thing, like strong beliefs. Oh.
It's like that's okay to have strong beliefs. I don't have them. They're your beliefs.
So I guess that wasn't so much my memory, but my mum's retelling of how that made her feel, and how.
It's okay. Some people need to think of imaginary things to get through life. Ooh, I just annoyed all the religious.
I'm telling God.
I'm not. By the way, I'd like to stress this point. I can't believe I have to, but I'm gonna have to. I'm not saying that what you believe in is wrong. If you believe in it, that's your choice. What makes you happy is what makes you happy. I just know it's all nonsense. But that's just my opinion.
Believes in something.
And surely, if I was to make a few jokes about it, a dickhead like me couldn't shake your faith. And if I can,
people set in their faith are very resilient.
Yes, and that's fine. If that's what brings them happiness, more power to you. Merry Christmas. How's that mince pie?
The sandwich is nice. It's very spicy. But yeah, that's why it's called Christmas, like Christ, Mass, birthday.
It's funny how people are like, "Oh, well, you're cancelling Christmas this year." Are you religious?
Yeah.
You realise it's a religious thing, right? Wait, Christmas is religious. Oh, actually, that's a good question. Have you ever met someone who was like, "No, Christmas isn't a religious thing"?
Not really, but people don't. People just think it's about presents and fairy lights and whatever. But
ironically, narcissism.
Yeah.
And greed.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever met anyone who's actually said it's not about anything to do with religion or anything, but probably a lot of people are.
I don't know. It must be a Welsh thing then, because I've met multiple people who are like, "Oh, I'd be like, oh, what do you think Christmas is about? Oh, well, Christmas is like, just that time of the year, isn't it? You give presents to people."
Well, I went to a Catholic school as well, so that's everyone around you knew what it's
I think if I went to a Catholic school, it would burn. Like, get him out of here! Like, oh, but I was only meant to be called Damien Thorne. I'm not actually called it. But yeah,
that people kind of knew around me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's not like I encountered it a lot, and it's not like the people who didn't know were like ignorant or anything like that. It was just more that they were surprised at the fact that it was a completely religious thing,
Yeah,
which it is. That is a fact. But
fair enough.
it's a beautiful fact, and it's something lovely that religion has given us. A wonderful time to celebrate family, friends, and presents.
Yeah,
So you can't grumble at that.
yeah. I mean, that could be a completely separate, like, normal podcast discussion, but we
Yes.
will keep it nice and Christmassy.
It's nice and Christmassy. This is a Christmas time. I also want to stress this point. I actually have religious friends, and I'm perfectly fine with them. That's... They're used to
Dig
my
that
humour.
hole.
I don't need to dig the hole. I already fucking live in it. I know there are people out there that will be like, oh my god, why did he say that? It's like,
Assuming people watch this.
yeah, no, it'll turn out no one watches it, and it's like, I'm just talking to you, and you're just like, I hate you. No. No, right, anything. Have
It's
you
not my
got
fault you've not been
anything?
enlightened.
Just speak to our Lord. Right. Okay. So, is there a Christmas film that stands out to you that immediately that you watch nearly every year or anything like that? Any kind of TV show or film that's kind of like a Christmas ritual for you?
Well, definitely a TV show. I always watch the Father Ted Christmas special. When he's stuck in like the supermarket, the bra section of the Marks and Spencer's. I mean, it's like, and there's Mr. Bean one, which I always, and the Vicar of Dibley one. I literally we just watch the same three every single year.
That's fair. All very good series.
They're all good and all funny, and it all feels very Christmassy. Their old style of filming, and the fact that it's makes you feel a bit more nostalgic.
I find the older stuff, like the older Christmas stuff, is much more. I don't know. It just feels more Christmassy as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because of the timing and everything, and how TV has changed and stuff. I guess over time, but it just feels much better.
Makes you feel like oh, it's in the past. Back in the past, I used to get excited as well.
Oh, I feel 8 again. Oh, fair. That's some good choices, man.
About you.
Oh well, Blackadder Christmas Special. That one is just hilarious. Nah, sod that. I'm off to get the gin shop. It's very, very. It's one of my granddad's favourites as well, so we like to watch it with him at Christmas. It's one of the very few things he remembers, so it's a beautiful moment just to see his face light up, like, oh, I know this one. It's like, yes. Fuck me, he remembered something. That one, Gavin and Stacey. I tend to watch the specials, including last year's. I will be watching that again. I bought it, so.
I'll probably watch that.
Just because I'm very annoyed at the cliffhanger, but it was a very special one. I enjoyed it. What else? There is another one that I tend to watch, and I always forget the bloody name of it. I sometimes watch The Grinch. The Grinch is not always like the Jim Carrey one, by the way. I only watched the animated one for the first time last year. It's still very good, but the Jim Carrey Grinch probably. I'll say that. That was a good one. I like that one.
Sometimes watch Elf.
I've never ever watched Elf.
That's a good one as well.
I thought you were going to be like, how dare you? Sacrilege!
No, because people are like that, and you're like, oh, no. People always say that to me. You've not watched this. I'm not an encyclopedia for films. I haven't watched every single piece.
Believe it or not, I have a life.
Yes.
Outside of films. Yeah, it's not like outside of film and stuff. I watch my own shit. So.
How dare you have not seen this one specific thing that our family has watched? No.
I don't know. I enjoy it. It's a nice little Christmassy routine. God, everything's arriving now. Sorry. What was I gonna say? I can't remember.
That will be another present from me.
It's just all arriving at once. I'm like, oh great, okay, Christmas.
It's my fart in a jar, especially for you.
I'll sell that. Someone will buy a fart in a jar.
It's priceless.
You
can't put a price on farts in jars.
Oh, Die Hard. Die Hard #1. Best Christmas movie.
Yes.
I don't care what anyone says.
I'm going to say something controversial. I don't think I've actually seen the first one.
Oh, that's fine. I highly recommend it. Very, 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 very good film.
I've seen the sequels. I know that. I don't know if I've seen the first one.
Second one's kind of a Christmas one as well, isn't it?
Everyone says they're all Christmas films. Like, yeah.
I don't know if from third one onwards I wouldn't call them Christmas films. I said the first and the second one definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
They're Christmas films.
Home Alone. Very
Never watched
Christmassy.
them. I know Vic wants me to watch them tomorrow. I think because she's coming over tonight, so we'll end up probably watching them tomorrow.
Yeah.
But that'll be cool. Although I think she only wants to watch the first 3 because she said after that they get shit.
I didn't realise there were more than 3 to be honest.
Yeah, apparently they made new ones, but it was like
Home Alone,
recast
Lost in
everyone.
New York.
Home Alone recasting.
Lost in Trump Tower.
Jesus.
Home Alone, Michael's favourite.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Any Christmas games that you are a fan of?
Ooh,
Or DLCs or Christmas events?
good smegging question. Probably the standout one is the Saints Row DLC, the Saints Save Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
It was a very long ago that I played that, but that's the only one that really jumps out to me. I don't think I don't. Is there any Christmas games really?
No, it's like Christmas events, really.
Oh,
I know
actually,
Destiny has a dawning. And,
I lied. Division 1.
Yeah.
That was basically a Christmas one, wasn't it?
Yeah. It felt
So-
Christmassy because it was all like Christmas decorated. Black Friday, wasn't it? That's a
Yeah.
good one, actually. I forgot about that.
Division 1 and the Saints Save Christmas. 1 DLC and 1 game.
I know you mentioned past that to like COD Zombies feels Christmassy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
COD Zombies is a special one. Holds a special place in my heart. I think it's because I got Black Ops 3 on my birthday, and obviously the Zombie Chronicles and everything, and I just played it for hours and hours and hours, like
Yeah.
days on end. And then even on Christmas Day, I spent hours just playing it. So
Yeah.
that's like a standout one to me. What about you?
I remember like this is like I don't really play it as much anymore, but Killing Floor had like a Christmas update with like Gary Busey
They've just done
voicing
another
it.
one of them as well.
And yeah, like just all the live service games have like the little Christmas themes, and Destiny has the dawning and stuff. Like, yeah, you give cookies to all the vendors. Yeah, other than that, I like. Yeah, I know. If you log in on Christmas Day, Rainbow Six Siege, you get a free operator. That's like a tradition I've done for the past 2 years. So that's
operator.
yeah.
Or you could just grind and play the game for hours and hours and hours and end to just get one.
No, I'll just grab my free operator and never play it all year. So.
Fair point. Fair point. Well, we're not just going to focus on the Christmas, because again, this is kind of a mixture of the entire year as well. It's like the New Year's.
There's a hair in my mince pie.
No,
No.
not a hair. So we'll go on to some questions about this year. And it's all good stuff. So what was your favourite game of this year? Oh, what's the standout one that jumps out at you?
I don't even know, to be honest. Like, what games have come out this year?
We've had like Last of Us Part 2.
I haven't played it.
I'll say this much. It doesn't have to be a game that came out this year, just a game you played this year.
God of War, I suppose.
Oh, outstanding.
It's the first one I played on PS5 with the beautiful, buttery, smooth 60 frames. Like, I'm surprised I hadn't played it earlier. My mum's outside struggling with the lawnmower. She's like, help me with this. No,
Merry Christmas.
yeah. Try and ignore it. Shut the curtains.
Mow your lawn. Her bush is getting out of control. The neighbours are starting to complain.
Yeah. What else? I'm started playing Days Gone, but I've not got far enough into it to kind of properly give an assessment of that. But yeah, I'd say God of War is my standout. What about your standout game?
Ooh, that's tough. because there was a few good ones this year. Probably, I would say Inside. I know it didn't come out this year, but that's a very, very good indie game. Definitely an enjoyable one. One that is different. Oh, God. What have I actually played this year? Best thing for me to do is just look on YouTube.
Yeah, it's a hard question for us gamers.
Mainly because that's where all my streams are, so I'm more likely to find a game that I've played this year that I can be like, oh, that one. God, it's so strange to be struggling this much with it.
Games just aren't fun anymore.
They're just not enjoyable anymore.
I can't believe what I'm saying.
I can't believe what I'm saying. Dead by Daylight. That was one that I just started playing this year. That was a good one. I genuinely had a lot of fun playing that.
I should have said that.
To be fair, there's so many different ones that we played this just this year alone. So I mean, it's tough, man. Just to choose like specific ones, like
Generation Zero had the best comeback of the year, definitely.
Oh yeah, no, that game had a hell of a bloody comeback. Because for those of you who don't know, Generation Zero was like a Swedish indie dev team that made it, and it came out a couple of years back, and I bought it for myself and Sean because it was not too expensive. It was definitely very, very cheap compared to most games. I believe I actually got it for you for like a Christmas present.
Yeah,
I think
very apt.
I think it was the same year as Anthem because I remember that came out that year as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, we played it for a little bit at the beginning, and oh god, it was not good. But this year, that game exploded, like so much so that we finished the game, and then we were actually sad.
Yeah.
We were like,
I know,
oh,
it's like nothing else to do now.
that was such a good game. So that's yeah. No, I think you've hit the nail on the head with that one. Probably my favorite game of the year would be Generation Zero because just how much fun we had in it as well.
Yeah, 100%. And there are DLCs to do if we, ever get inkling to just go back.
They are on sale now, but it's like, I don't know.
I know. We've kind of had our fun with it for now. Put it down. Happy to put it down for a while.
Yeah. Go back to it in another year's time when they update it again. But yeah. Ah, fair. That not too bad then. So now we're going to go on to equally, what was your least favourite game of the year that you played? Not to shit or make anything negative, but just to reflect on it. Kind of maybe something that you thought, oh, this might be good, and then you played it and went, my god.
Oh god, I don't know. This is a tough question for games because we play so many fucking games all the time that we just can't keep track.
The thing is, it's like we switch over. Like the turnover rate we have for games is pretty fucking high.
Oh yeah, I know. I've got one. Watch Dogs Legion.
Oh.
I did enjoy it though, like when I was playing it, but it did have so many bugs, and it took me so long to get it all working correctly in the PS5 version and all this. And it was just like,
God,
by the time I got around to playing it, I was like, this really isn't worth all that effort I put in. Not that I put in that much effort, so that's saying something. But it's just, it was an interesting story experience for the one time, but towards the end, I was just playing it to get it done, basically.
Yeah, it wasn't
Felt
like
like
you
a
were...
short, repetitive missions, and you just. And I love the Watch Dogs games, but that one just kind of let it down a little bit.
That one ruined it.
The concept of play as anyone was great on paper. Sounds great. Didn't work. But yeah, it did work. But, yeah,
Sounds
it's
great.
basically just the same archetypes of people. And in essence, I would have preferred it to have like just a strong cast of people, like in the second and first one. Like, don't branch out with these new ideas. Innovate on the ones that don't like already work.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
So yeah, what about your disappointing game? You're looking through them.
I have a couple. I'm not gonna lie. Erica was probably one of the ones that I played this year that was disappointing. It didn't come out this year, but it was definitely.
Well, I couldn't.
It's it's not a bad game, but it didn't really fulfill anything, and it was kind of generic and boring after a while. I'll be honest, one that did come out this year and I did play was Genshin Impact. Yeah, no. I tried to like the game, but it's one of those games where it's like, hey, now do all of these things. And it was just like, it's not one of those games you can play for like a little bit and just enjoy it for a little bit. No, you have to play it every day for hours and hours on end, because if you don't, then it just doesn't work.
I enjoyed it to an extent, but unlike a lot of games where there's like high points and low points, this was just kind of like mediocre all the way through. It's just like,
yeah.
So I wasn't playing it for the story. I wasn't playing it for any other reason. Just the fact that some of the moment-to-moment gameplay was quite good. But then it kind of gets repetitive after a while because you rely on RNG to buy lucky tickets to get a special new character when you can't just get that character.
Yeah.
That's where the like monetization bit comes through.
Oh yeah.
But it's all right. Like, I can't really beam about it or anything, but you know, all right for free for a like few hours of experience.
Oh, fair. And then the only other one I would say that was I wouldn't say it was bad. I would say it's just disappointing because it just dragged on, was Dragon Age Inquisition. Jesus, when I first started playing that game, I loved it, but then, my God, 65 hours in, I was like, okay, this is taking the piss a bit now.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a bad game at all. Just very, very long. So,
I mean, I guess one that we probably both mentioned, which isn't a disappointing game, but it's like Division 2, the whole seasonal dragged out aspect of it.
God, yeah, no, that.
It does feel like a chore, but we still go back and play it until it tries to.
Yeah, it's mainly because it's such a unique game, though. I mean, it's so individual that you're just not going to find anything anywhere else. So, as well. Okay, so, well, I guess the next thing I was going to ask was what's your most what's the best series you've watched this year? Not film, series.
Mandalorian season 2.
Ooh.
I think it's either between that or Umbrella Academy season 2.
Oh, fair.
Although I haven't actually watched the end of either of them though. I've like got one episode left of both of them. So yeah, I just love the funkiness and the whole Star Wars aspect of Mandalorian, and it's like cool little intriguing story elements.
Yeah,
it's like yay.
That's very good.
And yeah, it's cool figures. Oh, sake. My mum's getting annoyed at trying to start Loma, but I'm busy. Yeah, what about your favorite TV series?
Oh, I got a couple. So, first one is Lost. When I finally got into it, you know, not just watching an episode here and there. When I finally got into it, that grips you well.
Yeah,
that was really, really good.
I want to watch some more of that with you.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched any more season 2. I'm like, I need to.
I could be your little lost mentor.
You're my lost mentor.
What else? Well, Big Mouth, that was very good as always. I find that exceptional. Yeah, I would say those two. That they're probably the standout ones. For me at least, in regards to
standout ones from last year's Fleabag.
Oh God,
so good.
I love that fucking series. It's so funny. It is brilliant. Fair
Just
dues.
our comedy to a T, I think, as well.
Oh yeah, no. That's the thing. Our comedy is so similar that it's when we make jokes, we literally finish the jokes for each other. Oh, it's brilliant. I love it. Okay, so let's bring the Christmassy stuff back a little bit. Let's introduce a little. Is there?
No.
No.
Sorry,
Nothing. Is there any specific? I'm saying specific normal routine that you have every Christmas, or is it always different, or just whatever happens on the day, or do you have a specific kind of routine?
It's really pretty kind of bland, I suppose. It's just like you always get up, you always put your dressing gown on. Yeah, that's a very key point. Put your dressing gown on.
Okay.
Because there is going to be pictures.
Dressing gown. Is that just so you can see how you've aged through the years? You always have the same dressing gown for like 20 years, and you're like, It
It's
doesn't
all,
fit
like,
me
ripped
anymore.
and
It's like
coming
it's
up.
like all the way up your arm like this. I used to be a lot smaller, you know.
Yeah. Why is this part all stiff now? And
It's another thing for
you
another
go
time.
downstairs. Yeah, that's the waiting for like the
I
reaction. I was like,
apologize.
not the reaction.
Sorry.
You go downstairs. You open your like have a glass of orange juice. Very important. A glass of
Okay, so
orange
you've got the dressing gowns, the orange juice. Okay.
This is a dreadful story.
Oh, it's brilliant. Keep going.
Then
I
you
might
open your
follow
present,
this.
Get a few pictures, look how happy I am, I got my presents. It's usually my sister's there. She's also got a dressing gown, which is good.
Post the pictures on social media.
Oh, we don't actually do that. We just keep them on our phones for
that's good.
eternity and never look at them again.
Oh,
Um,
well, that's not. But at least you got them.
Then we have like a little cooked breakfast, and then that's it. And then we just binge on chocolate and play video games and have a Christmas dinner.
Yeah, that
Later on.
sounds perfect.
And then some of the family come around, and then you have to socialize with them, and then you go back to your video games when you're ready for them to leave, but they haven't quite left yet.
Will you just fuck off so I can play my games? Oh, fair.
You try out your new presents, play with your new toys.
Oh yeah. No, that's definitely fun.
Action man!
Action man.
Oh, action man! Oh, this is turning into something else.
This is turning into a late night show.
Late show with Sean McKay.
Oh, fair. That sounds quite nice. Sounds like a nice routine. It's alright. I think mine's pretty similar. Sort of get up, go downstairs, either make a cup of tea or a hot chocolate. Now, the reason we differentiate is because when I was a kid, I'd always have hot chocolate, and then as I got older, I went, no, I'm British, I will have tea.
Have tea like every other day of the year.
Yeah, but, British, I have to have my tea. But I have my tea, and then I make my mum a cup of tea as well, and I make breakfast. That's just kind of the thing I've done since I was like 18. And then me and my mum will sit down if she's not working. So this year it'll be slightly different, but we'd sit down, open all our presents and stuff like that, and then we'd go over to my grandparents, spend time with them. Yeah, cheers. And then we'd go over to my grandparents, and all of us, like the entire family, would be together, like everyone. Obviously, it's not happening this year, but yeah. And then we'd all go out for like Christmas dinner, like to a restaurant or something that had been booked out for us.
We've always cooked dinner.
We used to, but it was up until 2017, and then we kind of lost a member of our family that sort of helped out doing the cooking. It just never felt the same, so we decided going out for a meal, honour it in a different way, which is always nice. So, yeah, lot of good memories. And they're pretty much the same boring shit that I do every year, which is I get up, make a cup of tea, wash my bollocks, and then get my pajamas back on and then go downstairs. I know you're thinking of that. That's why I said it. But yeah.
Looking forward to the Christmas vlog.
Ooh, maybe I will do a Christmas vlog. But yeah. Oh, okay. Well, there is our little routines that we have every morning. That's good. Okay, next question. Or next topic, I guess. Instead of question, what's the most surprising thing that you found this year? Excluding COVID. Excluding that. I think every answer could be that. Otherwise.
Oh, I don't know. The amount of Star Wars actors that have died.
Oh, Christ. Yeah. No, they have
Original
been a lot, haven't they?
Boba Fett actor, the one in the Darth Vader costume that died, and then Chewbacca actor passed away. I was like, oh, that's like, no. This year's just been a total shit fest, I think, for stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's all I can think of at the moment. I'm zoning out.
Tell you what, my most surprising thing of the year, you might not appreciate this, but this... Was it this? Yeah, it would have been. We started talking again just this year.
Was it this year?
Yeah.
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 What?
It wasn't last year. Because last year was when I was going through all the shit. So we only just started talking at the beginning of this
Because
year.
this year's gone January, February, March, December.
Yeah, literally, it's just gone January, kind of February, and then the rest of the year.
COVID, December.
Yeah, just COVID.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the
Like,
beginning of this year.
December or
That's the most surprising thing. We started talking again, and look how beautiful our friendship is now.
yeah.
Fuck you.
You don't even fucking know, mate.
Oh god, yeah. But yeah, no, I would say that's the most surprising thing, in a good way, not a bad way, of course not.
Yeah.
Of course, not a bad way, but I'm very glad that we started talking again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably one of the most surprising things that happened this year because I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
was.
Surprising things, certain friends, acted in surprising ways and then came back again. It was very interesting. But yeah, whatever. Less said about that, the better.
Bless you, my child. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, so this was an interesting one that I've wrote down. Best film you have wanted this year, because let's face it, a lot of them have been moved. But I wanted to ask that question. So, which one are you most excited for? Because obviously, a lot of them have been moved to next year. So.
Yeah. Well, I think there's one that we're both excited for, but I'll let you say that one. I'll
feel
go
free.
with Wonder Woman.
Oh, that comes out at the end of this year, though, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I said something about Christmas Day. But I'm looking forward to that. Wonder Woman 84.
Although, isn't it? Wait, isn't it on?
HBO or something.
Yeah. So we can't get it because I think it's only American.
Yeah. Stupid.
Silly.
But yeah, I know there's a Scream 5 in the works. It's probably coming out next year or the year after. I'm very looking forward to that. As an avid horror film geek and Scream fan extraordinaire.
Yeah. Oh, fair.
Looking forward to that. With all the original cast, it's like a reboot kind of. I'm interested to see how they do it, and I hope they don't do it too bad without Wes Craven.
Yeah.
But
Oh, Wes will do it
use
well.
Scream material.
He'll do it proud,
Yeah.
I reckon. Ooh.
So
Fair.
what about you?
Fast and Furious 9. I've waited too long for this film now. It's kind of popcorn action crap, I know, but I love the series. I can't grumble. And of course, both of us are waiting for There's Just No Time to Die. So, can't wait for that. It's going to be so good.
On a separate topic, did you hear about Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise shouting at
Oh, I forgot to talk about this. Yeah. Oh God. Actually, that's something I will ask you. Just quickly, we'll touch on this now. What was kind of your opinion on that? Hearing him scream at people like that, being like, "We're not shutting this fucking movie down."
Yeah, it's one of those
Merry
things
fucking Christmas.
if he was just an actor, then it would be like, oh, like what are you even saying, mate? But
it's Tom fucking Cruise,
he's a producer on it as well,
the
and he's,
leader
like,
of
put a lot
Scientology.
yeah, put a lot of money on the line for this, and it's like, oh, okay, like fair enough, because he actually does employ them, and it's kind of refreshing to see that he is so passionate about this kind of thing. I suppose he's one of the good ones in that regard because he's got good morals with regard to keep taking it seriously.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I suppose you can't really talk to people like that, but he probably had a moment of meltdown, and it's understandable.
I think I can understand it though, because I feel like I would be the same. This is why I don't leave my house. I feel like if I saw people not listening to the rules, I'd smack them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's just safer for me and everyone else if I stay at home. Because it's a frustrating thing, man. So many films have been shut down, productions have been cancelled. That's probably why he's getting so fucking angry. He's like, are you serious? You know the rules. Why aren't you following them?
A lot of the things he was saying were valid, pay your kids' college.
You're lucky that you've got a fucking job. Start having some respect. Although, can you imagine? It was literally just them two. Apparently, it was something like they were just standing next to each other or something very briefly. And he was like, "Fucking assholes, pieces of shit, you fuck off."
It's probably the tip of the iceberg with all the things he's probably seen. He's just unleashed it on them.
Do you know he turned into Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah. You donkey.
You fucking donkey!
But yeah,
Yeah, fair.
that was a little side point that we forgot to mention. A
Yeah.
little bonus exclusive.
Little bit extra. Little bit extra.
Little Christmas
Can't grumble.
surprise. Oh.
Little bit extra. Oh, right then. Okay. So what was your favourite moment of the year? Or what was some of your best moments from this year? Like some of the standout moments from this year. Good stuff. Jesus, it's been that great.
I had my birthday in lockdown. It was nice to go to the beach and just spend some time, just with me and my mum and stuff, and really getting that family spirit back. Where you're not just like living and tolerating each other. You're just kind of trying to enjoying the moment to moment time you have together. I suppose that's one thing.
Live with it.
Yeah. Learned how to test yourself, that you can be locked down and deal with it, find ways. We did our pub quizzes. That was probably one of the highlights as well.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah,
the FU COVID quiz.
Yeah, I'm so glad to coin that little thing.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
It really got us through every week. Well, it got me through every week.
It got us. I think the start of this was tough. So having something like that, especially with everyone being involved as well, I'm surprised how frequently everyone was so into it and involved.
Yeah, they did drag on a bit, but I was glad we did them.
I think there were a couple. I think there was only one that I would say that stood out to me that wasn't exactly a good night, but there were multiple reasons for that. Multiple. It wasn't just like a specific person, not at all. It was multiple reasons, but definitely. But I think, how many of them did we do? We did 12,
13, 12,
13, something like that. I don't know. But there was quite a few, and it was fun.
Yeah, I know it's like that kind of thing. Like everyone's doing pub quizzes, but ours was special.
Oh, it was very different. Especially some of the rounds we came up with, like the having to come up with quotes and stuff from films, and you had to guess what they were from.
Yeah.
Just one line and things like that.
It's pretty fun, and we had a bit of booziness as well.
Oh yeah, we had a few drinks. Although I'm glad I don't drink anymore. I'm not gonna lie, I don't miss it.
Yeah.
My body just does not work with alcohol.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, that's fun moments I can think of. What about you? Any other ones that you can think of?
Starting this podcast.
Oh yeah, God, you always just throw that curveball.
No, honestly though, but it's been refreshing. It's a nice thing to do. I know a lot of people have probably done this year and been like, let's do a podcast. But this is just a nice thing. It feels like the only thing now that I know we do once every 2 weeks. Where it's just we get together, have a chat, even though we talk all the time anyway, but it's certain topics we don't talk about in our private life because it's more I'd rather not be depressed. So let's just do that on here.
Out, and then we can just enjoy. Well, I think this is enjoyable, but
of course, this one is a very different one. It's all about that positivity. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
But no, definitely enjoyed doing the podcast. Doing the funny montages. That was something fun from the earlier in the year. I really enjoyed making them. It was something different. It just took so long. But yeah, I definitely loved them. They were a lot of fun.
Right. So yeah, was there anything else that we'd like to talk about for Christmas?
Ooh, right. Have I got anything? Oh, actually, I've got one more thing before we hit the last thing that I've got. Which was, what was the most emotional moment that you had this year? Whether it be gaming, film, or other. But it has to be positive. Yeah, what was your most emotional moment from this year? Gaming, film, or other? But it has to be good emotional.
Well, I know my sister had to... they're still wanting to go to Australia, basically. And then she wanted me to do a character reference for her. So I had to... write a character reference, and I was like, it feels like I'm just signing her off to go somewhere else. But that was quite an emotional moment. That was quite recently as well.
You get to take ownership of her.
To say nice things, and then hopefully that will help her get to where she wants to be. But, I suppose that was it.
Fair.
Nothing quite like losing a spouse to, or a sibling, I should say, not spouse.
Well,
To a
whatever
different
floats the
country,
boat.
no, it's not that kind of relationship.
It's like it's not that kind of thing. Oh, that's fair.
Have an emotional moment.
Ooh, do I?
Would it not be related to your little mental health?
I mean, yeah, that definitely improved a lot this year. My mental health. That was probably the standout thing. Was my mental health getting better, and better and better and better. I don't know. I think that, and probably the year anniversary I had with Vic.
Yeah.
That was quite emotional, but it was a good emotional. It was lovely. It was a wonderful time. We just ate shit and watched films.
What you do every week.
Pretty much.
Okay.
But yeah, so on to the final question that I have. What are you most looking forward to next year?
Hopefully, just making the absolute most of not being locked down. It's hopeful if this vaccine actually works, and we can actually escape this thing. Making the most of making memories of friends, and visiting as many people as I can. Hugging everyone.
Oh God!
Everyone. Yeah.
Interaction.
Just taking advantage, living each day as if it was your last.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. What about you?
I would say the same. I'm just looking forward to hopefully at some point next year, whether it be at the beginning, middle, or end of the year, being told, "Hey, everyone, life's back to normalish."
Yeah.
Even just normalish. Doesn't need to be completely.
I feel like you'll never.
Enough.
At this stage, it's like you'll never get there, but
Yeah,
it will.
we'll get there in the end. Well, have you got anything else? Any other topics?
I have. I just looked down and saw death penalty. Not a great Christmas one.
Probably not one to discuss right now. No.
But yeah, I think all that's really left to say is I hope everyone has a super amazing day today, Christmas Day.
Hope you've had a wonderful day. This should be coming out about 6 p.m. So
And, have a lovely relax and watch some Gavin and Stacey or whatever it is you want to watch.
yeah, and make the most of it. Yeah, enjoy all the time that you have. Whatever it is you're doing, as long as you're staying safe, being healthy, and having a good time, that is all that matters.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. But yes, so
To everyone who watches,
yes, thank you to everyone who has been watching through the year. It's been always appreciative. This has been a really fun little project for me and Sean to be doing. And absolutely, we will be back in the new year.
Yes.
So thank you all very much for watching the final podcast episode of the year. We hope you enjoyed. And who knows? If life goes back to normal next year, maybe we'll do an episode in person together. Yeah. Hope everyone has enjoyed it. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you all, and hope you had a beautiful day and have a fantastic new year as well.
Yeah, we both seriously enjoyed doing this all year, so thank you to anyone who's actually watched.
Yes.
And I hope it's helped or made you laugh in any way.
Yeah, I hope it has brought some form of positivity into your life. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. And for the last time this year, we'll see you in the next year.
Stay safe.
Bye-bye! Oh.